minutes to go. Oh, wait, we're hearing it now. The pick is in. Let's go to the commissioner and see what happens.
With the 5th pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the Miami Dolphins select Tua Tagovailoa, quarterback, Alabama.
Of unfathomable sadness. Yummy, yummy.
Oh, boy. What is up? Straight Talk Society. This is your host, Trevor, and we are back with another episode of Beyond the Scoreboard, the post-game show for the Miami Dolphins versus the Seattle Seahawks. Houston, we have a problem. Oh my goodness, man. Sometimes you got to laugh just to keep yourself from crying, because we've seen so much of this over the years. I've experienced so much of this in my 44 years of life. Being a Dolphins fan, the pain and the misery and just oh my God, I don't know what to say. I just don't know what to say, but I do got some help with me today, because you do see this red cup and you do see behind me this big nice bottle of Hennessy, because when you're a Dolphin fan, you got to drown your sorrows away, because I'm telling you, watching this team is torture. It's what is that thing that they call it, where you love your oppressor? Stockholm syndrome. This is crazy. What's up, Jackie McCall? Shout out to Ricardo. Shout out to those you watching over on Twitter. Hey man, those you watching on Twitter, I wish y'all would come over to YouTube. And the reason being, just because I want to interact with you guys in the chat. Unless you type in the chat on Twitter, then we can interact that way. But nevertheless, man, we are in for a good one. This is the Dolphins crying towel. I mean, it is what it is. I didn't expect this game to be easy, but I didn't expect this game to be as terrible as it was. Like, the Miami Dolphins, I would say right now, are the worst team in the NFL. I'm going to say that they're worse than the Carolina Panthers. And you know, Tua being out showed us how much inefficiencies of this team that he was hiding with his great quarterback play. I know I said last week that I want him to retire, but I don't know, man. I don't know. I think I got to backtrack that, because this team is terrible, man. This team can't play worth a damn. Like, the offense is anemic, and I'm going to tell you right off the bat, I'm going to give the defense a pass today. Devon A-Chain is a boss, and Jake Bailey. That's it. Jake Bailey constantly flipping the field with his fantastic punting. Devon A-Chain in the run game, in the pass game, wherever you needed him, he was there, but one man can't do it by himself. Nothing from Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill didn't catch his first pass until 45 seconds left in the second quarter. Terrible. Just absolutely terrible. Skylar Thompson looked like a deer in headlights. This is the reason he was a 7th round pick. Get him out of there. I don't need to see him anymore. At least when Tim Boyle came in, I didn't even know Tim Boyle was on the team, tell you the truth. Even when Tim Boyle came in, the team looked a little bit more coherent. There's 22 of y'all watching right now. Y'all please make sure and hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Let me know how y'all feel, man. Hey, depending on how I feel later, I will drop the link in the chat because y'all know how I am. I let everybody come up and sound off. This is the People Show, but this Dolphin team is terrible. At the beginning of the year, when we did our shout out to Thinking Black in the building, hang in there. Don't turn around or anything. Just you can take the losses in stride. Thinking Black. Hey, listen, man. I've been this same story, same old shit for forever. This has been the same old shit. Shout out to Manny B. Thompson had the panic fumbles. Tim Boyle looked like the best quarterback. Yes, Tim Boyle came in. I didn't realize how big he was, like standing in the pocket. He looks like, to me, with a full week of practice, that he could absolutely win you a game. It'll be a close, ugly game, but he didn't look like a deer in headlights. Skylar Thompson just looked terrible. And it doesn't matter if it's Tua. It doesn't matter who it is. The Dolphins continuously snap the ball with 3 seconds left on the play clock. I am so frustrated about this. Mike McDaniel, you need a haircut or something. You need to go back to the old Mike McDaniel, turn in your Rolls Royce, go back to your economy car, and you need to get this football team under control before you lose it. I mean, that is where we are right now. We're 3 games in, and it is time to hit the panic button because I'm to a point now where I'm saying blow the entire shit up. Just blow the entire team up. Trade everybody. Trade Hill, trade Waddle. I mean, listen, Skylar Thompson was terrible, but he had 0 time to throw. The O-line is horrendous. Listen, the Dolphins have been trying to shore up this O-line for 20 years. Every regime that comes in here, their number one priority is the O-line, and they still have not gotten it right. Oh my God, what's my man? What's number 72? Teron Armstead. Just wrap it up. I mean, he can't stay healthy. He came in with a shoulder injury, then he goes out with an eye injury. Leon Eichenberg just terrible with all the pre-snap penalties. Austin Jackson hit or miss, but he even got hurt. It's just atrocious. They get 0 push in the run game. It's atrocious. This is ridiculous. You cannot win in the NFL like this. These defenses are too good. You cannot win playing this type of football. And it is infuriating watching the Dolphins play without Tua, because you have Skylar Thompson. And I'm like, okay, well, they're going to simplify. Oh, hey, it's the Hennessy. Don't worry about it. They're going to simplify the playbook and allow him to, get some easy passes. There was nothing open in the middle. I mean, like, when you just watch the game plan, shout out to Eddie Israel in the building. You watch the game plan of this team. This team is terrible. I am saying it. Look behind me. I am a Dolphin fan through and through. This team is terrible. Tua hid so much of their shortcomings that it's not even funny, because you can go down with 14 on Tua and they'll come back and beat you by 10. But it's just Skylar was destroyed today. Skylar got hit like 6 times. Then the last one is what put him out. But really, it was a play before that just had him laying out. And I'm not even gonna lie to you. If I was Skylar, I would have just laid down there too and just been like, you know what? I'm not going back in that shit. My receivers aren't helping me. Nobody's catching the ball. I'm not getting any help from anybody. My run game sucks. The old line isn't protecting me worth a damn. Teron Armstead getting blown up. Austin Jackson getting blown up. Like, I mean, just nothing. This team has nothing redeemable on this team with the exception of A-Chain. And at this rate, he won't make it throughout for the rest of the year, because the craziest thing, they had A-Chain on punt return, like on kickoff returns. If the majority of your offense is going to run through him, why the hell do you got him returning kicks? And speaking of returning kicks, get Braxton Berrios off my team too. He had that one kick return, probably his best kick return since he's been a Dolphin, but just nothing. You get nothing from him. Nothing from him. You get nothing from him on third and short. You get nothing from him. You get nothing from the tight ends. Nothing. Durham Smythe again, touchdown pass in the corner of the end zone. He can't hold on to it. Tyreek Hill, 2 drops. Like nothing. There's nothing redeemable about this team. I'm not even, like I said, I'm not putting it on the defense. I am not putting it on the defense. Because Manny says way more than 6 times. I think they accredited it for 6, but he got knocked down like 5 more times. So if you want to say he got hit at least 12 times, but your quarterback can't make it getting hit 12 times in an NFL game. That's just ridiculous. The Miami Dolphins going to always break your heart. Yeah. Hey, Jackie, it's been that way forever, brother. I can't give Caleb all the blame today. We had some questionable calls from coaching today. Hey, man. Hey, listen. The Bears got their own issues to work out, man. But I'm telling you that at least y'all got some hope. The Dolphins right now don't have hope. The play calling is terrible. The clock management is horrendous. When you have your coach running down the sideline twice because you're running out of time on the play clock to call timeout, that is unacceptable, especially coming out of a timeout. Shout out Hassan Tahir show. Coming out of a timeout, you cannot be that bad. You cannot be that unprepared. You just can't be. Like, it's absolutely terrible. Somebody in the chat, tell me what was one good thing you guys saw. And again, I don't blame the defense at all. The defense, it was 24-3, but the defense played their hearts out. Hey, it's hard to when you're on the field the majority of the game. You're eventually going to get tired. That 71-yard pass to DK Metcalf, Javon Holland just got lost in the lights. I mean, it is what it is. That happens. DK Metcalf is a baller. But for the most part, the defense did hold them in check, especially in the run game. They were getting off some runs, but you had Zach Sealer, Calais Campbell. Those guys were in. Those guys were in some hits, man. A lot of pressure. They got to. Oh my goodness, I'm drawing a blank on Geno Smith. They got to Geno Smith a lot. They hit him a lot. So I'm not putting this L on the defense at all. This defense goes on Mike McDaniel and the offense. And the offense is pathetic, pedestrian. I told y'all, as all my time of being a Dolphin fan, the worst Dolphin team I ever saw was 2007. That was the 1-15 team before Bill Parcells came in. That team's offense was just anemic and pathetic. I think right now that team's offense put up more points than these 2024 Dolphins. You had 17 against 20 against the Jaguars, 10 against Buffalo, and 3 today. You can't win like that. In the NFL, you cannot win putting up those type of points because your defense isn't that good. This isn't the 2000s Raven defense where that literally all the offense had to give them was 9 points and they'd probably win the game. That's not what this is. This team, Mike McDaniel needs to look himself in the mirror. Seriously, I'm telling you this. Mike McDaniel looks, I mean, this picture tells it all, man. Mike McDaniel needs to take a long, hard look in the mirror and just look how disheveled he looks over there. Like, he needs to, first of all, cut his hair, go back to the old way that he was, stop being Hollywood. They gave him this contract extension to 2028. Hey, you need to go back to when you were hungry. Chris Greer, you need to make some moves. Even if you have to trade some pieces now to secure some top picks for next year so we can get some O-linemen, get up from under some of these large contracts. Let's just say, hey, Tua is out for at least 4 games. And at the current rate that we are, let's look at this record. Let's look at this schedule. So we're 1-2 right now. And we have the Titans next. We have the Titans on Monday night, and then we have the Patriots, the Colts, and the Cardinals, which I'll actually be at that Cardinals game. So Tua should, in theory, probably be back for the Cardinals game. But if at this rate, see, I said that this team would at least go 500 while Tua wasn't playing. At the rate they're playing, they'll be lucky if they get 1 game out of this. And by that time, you'd already have what? You had 6 losses. There's no way Tua's going to come back and run the table for a playoff burst. So the season is over. I hate to say it, week 3 in, the season's over. It is, unless Tim Boyle and Tyler Huntley could do something. The season's over. I don't need to see Skylar Thompson again. That's it. I don't need to see anything about. He's a preseason quarterback, practice squad quarterback. That's it. He'll never be anything in this league. I don't need to see him in this league again, at least not on this team. Tim Boyle and Scott and Tyler Huntley. Let's see if you guys could do anything just to at least try to win. We got Tennessee next week. Tennessee is 0-3. They suck, but the Dolphins might suck just a little bit more. So just say we win that game. Then you go to 2. You go to 2-4, 2-3. So 1-3 now. No, 1-2. Yeah, 1-2. So you go to 2-2, and then you have the Patriots, which again, you should be able to beat the Patriots. You should be able to come out of this at 3-2, up until the bye, and then you go to the Colts, which, you know, the Colts may be a little bit more physical team. So say you lose that one, then you come back home and have Tua ready for that home game against the Cardinals, which again, like I say, I'll be there. That's the best we could hope for right now. I mean, like literally, because after that, you got the Bills. You ain't beating the Bills. You can't beat the Rams. Probably won't beat the Raiders, even though the Raiders lost today to Carolina. You got Green Bay, the Jets, the Texans, the 49ers, the Browns. Like all those are L's. All those are losses without Tua. You have to take care of business right now without Tua. They got to do something. They got to come up with the running game. Put Huntley in for some plays so he could spread the offense out and do some design QB runs. You got to do something. This shit is just not working. The screen passes and throwing the ball backwards behind the line and expecting your receivers to get some separation when they aren't even getting any blocks. Like, it's crazy. Nothing going across. Their crossing routes are what killed teams when they played the Dolphins. Nothing. No crossing routes. Nothing. It's like Mike McDaniel says, okay, let's see what we did that we won with, and let's do everything the complete opposite of that. Like literally that is what he's doing. That is how his coaching is right now. He seems like the situation is too big for him right now. It's just let me see. They don't have an offense. Yeah, Jackie, absolutely. We got 0 offense. Who did the Dolphins play? The Seahawks. Tua would have been knocked out of this game for sure. See, I don't think Tua knows how to get the ball out of his hands. Skylar Thompson was holding the ball for too long. This offense is designed to get the ball out of your hand 3 seconds or less. He holds on to the ball too long. And Tua, as when you watch Tua play, Tua anticipates passes. He doesn't necessarily throw to receivers. He throws to spots where he knows his receivers are supposed to be. And it's been very successful for him. But when you got Tyreek Hill getting less than 100 yards in the last 2 games and Jalen Waddle, this is a big problem. This is a big, big problem. Last year, both receivers went over 1,000 yards. Tyreek Hill was on his way to 2,000 yards, and now he can't even get 100. This is a big, big problem, because what's going to happen soon is he's going to start getting frustrated. that he's not getting his catches. He already got his money, but so he may just be in chill mode because he already got his money. Jalen Waddle already got his money, so they're paid right now. They probably don't even care. But this as a Dolphin fan, you see what's behind. Look, you see how big this thing is. This is what being a Dolphin fan does to you. Like literally, this is what being a Dolphin fan does to you. Like I gotta watch every game on pins and needles. They never just go out and dominate somebody. It's always you got to come down to the last minute or the last drive. It's just always it's oh my goodness, man. Skyler was getting killed. Tua would have been hit for sure. I think Tua's a little bit more savvy when it comes to, you could be right, but I think Tua's a little bit more savvy when it comes to slipping out of things. Skyler just runs into it. There was one where he got hit from the back. I'm like, oh my goodness, bro. Like he had zero. He just has, you could tell when somebody's behind you. I always could tell when somebody's behind me, no matter where I am. If anybody's behind me or on the side of me, something just kicks in, and I'm just always knowing that that's what's going on. So, oh man, so I did do a little thing at the beginning of the show, but while we're on here, we did have a passing yesterday. I think it happened. I want to say yesterday or Friday. I'm not sure what day it was, but Dolphins legend Mercury Morris, part of the 72 Dolphin team, died at the age of 77 over the weekend. And regardless of what you guys feel about his antics and things like that, it is somebody that died. So rest in peace to Mercury Morris, man. But Mercury Morris, he was always one of them guys, man. He was the first one that when a team that was going perfect lost, he'd always be there to be like, we're still the only one, the only one that's perfect. I remember the commercial when the Giants beat oh man, it's 40 of y'all watching. I'll make sure and hit the like button. When the Giants beat the Patriots in the Super Bowl, when the Patriots were 16-0 in the regular, 17-0 in the regular season, and Mercury Morris, they did the Perfectville commercial, and then Mercury Morris had the letter that said like thanks Eli or something like that. Just probably people say he probably was eccentric. I think as a Dolphin fan, I always say I hope a team does go perfect just to break the curse, man, because I feel like at this point the Dolphins are a cursed team, and maybe if somebody beats the perfect season, then it'll break the curse. And we'll be able to be like back in football relevancy, because the past 3 seasons for the Dolphins have been, have kind of been fool's gold. I'll say it. Mike McDaniel comes in here, mad scientist. They sweep the nation with their offense. They're scoring these ridiculous amount of points, putting up 70 against the Broncos, just doing everything great. But then when they come to playing hard teams, they get beat. Or even like today, teams lost today, but nobody, I want to say probably outside of maybe the Cowboys and somebody else, got really, really beat. And it's like, so, in the NFL, you're normally like 7 to 10 points better than your opponent. Like, so a good team is like 7 to 10 points better than a almost bad team. And a fairly decent team playing a good team, you probably got 3 to 6 points difference between the teams. But when the Dolphins lose, they get their ass kicked. They get beat by like 4 touchdowns. And I think that's a lack of toughness from the team. Like, it literally boils down to the team they're not tough enough. They are not tough enough. They just something in them, they're just not tough enough. Hey, whatever cliche you want to say, maybe they don't want it enough, or maybe, whatever the hell the cliche is, there's something that just, it's just, they're just not tough enough. They just don't want it bad enough. Eddie, I don't like the Dolphins. I never liked Miami. Yeah, fine. We never liked y'all either, but it's okay. Yeah, man, but I am like I am just beyond frustrated, man. I'm sitting there watching this game, and y'all heard me last week. You go back to last week's show. I said this was a game that you could win. Simplify the offense, play good defense, and let the chips fall where they may. They let the chips fall where they may. All right, they got their ass kicked. Like it was. Oh my goodness, and the score 24-3 wasn't indicative of what the game actually was, because they got whooped. It's just like Buffalo. Buffalo is the Dolphins' daddy. Like every team and every player on the Dolphin needs to get a picture of Josh Allen's face somewhere on their body to remind them that he's their daddy and he owns them. It's crazy, man. I don't know, man. And if any, I'm gonna tell you, because if anybody listening to this gonna be like, oh man, you're too negative and blah blah blah. I'm the guy that picked them to go to the Super Bowl this year. I am the guy that said that as long as Tua stays upright, the Dolphins will go to the Super Bowl. So this ain't no, oh, you being negative, Nancy. This is me seeing what I see now with this team. This team is not good. Chris Greer fool's gold us. He let Christian Wilkins go. Look at Andrew Van Ginkel over there in Minnesota, just balling out. I mean, it's crazy. Robert Hunt. Well, I mean, Robert Hunt plays in Carolina. He just took the money, but like we couldn't use Robert Hunt on the O-line. Like, come on, man. This is crazy. It's crazy. This is insanity. This is insanity. The way this team was built for a 5-year window. And here's your 5-year. This is the 5th year of the window. And if it doesn't work, then you got to blow it up. You have to. We can't go into 2025 with this team as it's constructed now. And I'm saying if the Dolphins don't make the playoffs this season, I am saying blow up the entire team. Hell, if you got to get rid of Chris Greer, then you do that too. Blow up the entire team and start over. Start over again. You had your 5-year plan. If it doesn't work, blow the team up. We need Arch Manning. Hell, you know who I wouldn't mind having is that damn Shedeur Sanders. My goodness. I don't know how his game is going to translate to the NFL, but that 4th down with 1 second on the clock last night, and he threw that touchdown for them to go and win that game. Just crazy. Like, that guy is awesome, exciting, electrifying. But again, I don't know how his game will translate to the NFL. I just don't know. So let's go to some scores. Because I'm frustrated, man. Y'all can see I'm really frustrated. I'm really frustrated. I just don't know, man. Like this season, I'm telling you, man, I have groups and everybody was getting so pissed off at me because they were like, man, you really selling this Dolphin team like a lot, like I am. And I'm just like, man, this team is really good. They're really good, man. We got another year or two. He got his money. We're going to do great things. And now, wonk, wonk. I had us in the Super Bowl. And it's funny, I had them playing the Seahawks in the Super Bowl on Madden. So I was playing Madden 24, and I finally just beat the game last week. But the Super Bowl was Miami versus the Seahawks. And obviously I won, but that was the Super Bowl. So it's funny that we playing them today and then we get totally demolished. But you know, it is what it is, man. But hey, that's why fan is short for fanatic. And you know, sometimes we just see things different. So let's take a look around the league so we can get out of here, because like I said, I'm not gonna be here long. Let's go through these stats though. Skylar Thompson had, hold on, let me see something. All right. It don't make sense for me to share it. All right, so Skylar Thompson was 13-19, 107 passing yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions. Tim Boyle 4 for 8, 33 passing yards. Devon A-Chain 11 rushes, 30 yards, 2.7 yards a carry. Still not good at all. Not like terrible. but he was being used better in other aspects like the passing game and things like that. Jalen Wright, two carries, 17 yards, 8.5 yards a carry. That's a great yards per carry. I'd like to see him get some more work. Jeff Wilson Jr., three carries, 14 yards, 4.7 yards a carry. Let's see, receiving, Tyreek Hill, 3 receptions, 40 yards, 13.3 yards average. Devon A-Chain, three receptions, 28 yards, 9.3. Jalen Waddle, 4 catches, 26 yards. Come on, man, you can't do anything with that. 6.5 yards. Jalen Waddle averaged last year like 19 yards a reception. He's at 6.5 today. Jonnu Smith, 2 catches, 18 yards. Alec Ingold, 3 catches, 16 yards. Julian Hill, 1 for 11. Tanner Connor, 1 for, who the hell is Tanner Connor? But Braxton Berrios and Durham Smythe, who are on the field for packages, 0 for 0. Like, it is insane. They get absolutely nothing. Jordan Poyer, doing nothing, absolutely nothing. The Bills were right for letting him go. Jalen Ramsey continuously to get cooked. Nothing. Javon Holland, 3 tackles. Zach Sealer had a sack and an interception. Hell, Zach Sealer's still playing like it matters to him. Kendall Fuller just completely got torched. Oh my God, that catch that DK Metcalf had on Fuller on the sideline was just a thing of beauty. He just little boyed him. Absolutely just little boyed him. Cater Kohu had an interception. So that was very interesting. That was one. I'm glad I came to this. So there was a possession. Seattle had the ball in their own end zone, and they blitz heavy on Geno Smith. Geno Smith doesn't want to take the sack for the 2 points, so he throws the ball up and it's intercepted. But Cater Kohu gets tackled like on the 6-yard line. So on the 6-yard line, Miami has 4 tries to get the ball in the end zone. The first snap, they lose 5 yards and end up settling for a field goal. You get a gift on the 6-yard. Miami won the turnover battle today and only got 3 points off of it. You get a gift wrapped interception on the 6-yard line, and you only come away with 3 points. Just not good enough. Just absolutely not good enough. It is not good enough. You can't win like that. You just can't win like that. It's just ridiculous. Let's look at these scores from around the league. On the Thursday night game, you had the Jets beating the Patriots 24-3. The Giants over the Browns today, 21-15. Listen, my football pool this week has been wrecked. I think I've only won maybe 3 games so far. I won the pool last week, so I'm not complaining. I won the entire thing last week, but I was going for the back-to-back. But I think I may have only picked maybe 3 or 4 games correct this week so far. This was a weird week in the NFL. The Eagles pulled it out against the Saints, man. The Saints defense looks for real. They were destroying the Eagles. The Vikings with Sam Darnold demolish the Texans, man. My goodness, bro. Like they destroyed the Texans. The Broncos putting the smackdown on the Buccaneers. Shout out to Bones. His Bucks got their ass kicked today by the lowly Broncos. The Packers took care of business 30-14 over the Titans. Hell, Malik Willis, former Steeler Malik Willis, the Bears losing to the Colts 21-16. The Steelers remain undefeated 3-0 over the Chargers 20-10. Oh man, the Chargers are going backwards just like the Dolphins. The hometown team, the Miami Dolphins, get throttled 24-3. The Panthers 36-22 winners over the Raiders after benching Bryce Young. So what do you do there? Do you keep the red, what do they call him? The red rifle, Andy Dalton. Do you keep him in, or do you put Bryce Young back in? Because if Andy Dalton keeps on winning, then, Bryce Young may never play another snap in Carolina again. Oh, my goodness. The Rams beat the 49ers. Oh, yeah, my ticket is destroyed. The Rams over the 49ers 27-24. The Lions beat the Cardinals 20-13. Oh, the Ravens. See, now, when I saw this, the Ravens were throttling the Cowboys. It was like 28-3, but the Cowboys did come back and make a game out of it. But the Ravens hold on 28-25. And tonight's game, you have the Chiefs versus the Falcons. And tomorrow night, you have a double header. You got Jacksonville. You had Jacksonville versus the Bills and the Bengals versus the Commanders. So that's where we are with your NFL scores and everything like that. They better get an offensive line to protect that boy. Colorado don't have an O-line. Yeah, they don't. Yeah, Colorado has zero O-line. That's why he's so dynamic, because he's always running for his life all the time. But yeah, man, I always promise, win or lose, I am always going to be on. The only time you won't see me on is next Monday, obviously, because it's a Monday night game. And I can't stay up to do a show after the game goes off after 11. And then Thursday night games, obviously, because it's the same situation. But even these 4:00 games like this, I'm still on, so I don't run away from losses. I'm not like my Cowboy fan. You notice you haven't seen Ben in 2 weeks. You haven't seen Ben in 2 weeks, just because they'll be here when the Cowboys win and they're all hoorah and up in arms. Oh yeah, the Cowboys are the greatest. You haven't seen him in 2 weeks. I know he's around because I just talked to him earlier this morning. I just saw him at work a couple days ago. So, it is what it is. But hey, I'm always here, man. I am always here, man. Thanks. Thank you guys for coming through, man. Listen, it's getting late because I don't like doing these late things. So I'm gonna go ahead and call it a night. So I can get ready for work. I got to get up 4:00 in the morning because I got to be to the gym by 5 and then be at work by 6. So, my days starts very, very early. But thank you guys for coming over, man. At one point, it was like 30 plus watching on the live feed. I really, really appreciate that, man. Shout out to those of you over on Twitter. Make sure and subscribe to the Heel Minister over on Twitter. Subscribe to the Straight Talk with Trevor channel over here on YouTube. Hey, man, tomorrow night, the flagship show of the Straight Talk Society, Man Talk Monday, will be back at 5:45 p.m. Eastern time. We do have Tape Fist Politics. We do have Wrestling with Reality coming up this week. Hang in there. Hang in there. Put in that work that the Dolphins didn't. So Thinking Black, I lost like 25 pounds. And it's funny because nothing I have fits me now. Even my jerseys, when I bought these, they were XL. I bought these last year, this one and the 201, and they were XL. Now I got them and they're just hanging off of me like a dress. So now I'm going to have to go buy new ones. I guess it's a good problem to have, but it is what it is. But man, everybody stay healthy, man. Everybody stay blessed. Miami, you got to do something. You got to do something. And this is crazy. Let Eric Cartman take us out of here, man. Until tomorrow night, man, Straight Talk Society, you guys stay up. I will see you guys tomorrow night for Man Talk Monday. Peace.
Oh, the tears of unfathomable sadness. Yummy.
Minutes to go. Oh, wait. We're hearing it now. The pick is in. Let's go to the commissioner and see what happens.
With the 5th pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the Miami Dolphins select Tua Tagovailoa, quarterback, Alabama.